How's it going, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to swap out your 07 to 13 Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra jump seat so that you can upgrade to this center console that has plenty of storage in it. This is a very simple installation that you can knock out on a weekend afternoon, and you don't even have to fully take out your driver or passenger seats. I'll be showing you that. And I'll also be giving some information on the lock that goes to the underseat lockable storage compartment, because I could not find a single YouTube video on this. The only thing I could find was a forum post from about 2012. Honestly, you can easily remove this lock, take it to a locksmith. I ended up being out about 16 bucks for it, and even ended up with a third key for my truck. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so before I even installed the jump seat in my truck, I went ahead and took the lock out. So here's the lock itself. It's a little bit easier to remove before you put the jump seat in, but honestly, you could still install it and take it out after the fact. So here's the lock itself. So you can see it's pretty simple, and you will see that there are these raised tabs. Let me try to zoom in here. So you see there's one tab, and then there's the other. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to stick one flathead screwdriver in this side, another flathead screwdriver down in this side, and you're kind of gonna want to like push so that you can get these two tabs here on the side depressed, so that this thing can kind of start to nudge out a little. And then you'll just take a plastic trim tool and just pop around the edges of it as it starts to nudge out, and it'll come out absolutely no problem. But honestly, guys, this took a locksmith a day and 16 bucks. So it is now perfectly rekeyed to my truck, and I'll show you how to pop it in after we install this thing. All right, so we're swapping out the center console jump seat. If you have an LS trim or a work truck, you know these cursed center console jump seats are just a major pain in the ass. They have no storage, they rip easy, although it is pretty convenient to put a 6-pack of beer in there. Really not a whole lot of use for it other than 2 cup holders, and you get an open pit. So we're going to be swapping it out. This is everything you're going to need. My truck is a 2011, so yours might vary. I don't think it should though. You're going to need a deep socket 15 millimeter, and then for the back you are going to need probably an extension just for this one right back here, which I'll show you in a second. And then this is going to be a 7/16, and then you probably want to get like a flathead screwdriver, and then a little trim tool like this will come in handy, as I will show you in a second. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our screwdriver and just pop this thing out. It comes out pretty easy, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our 15th on this first bolt. Using our 15 millimeter, we just got that off. As you can see, it does have an interesting pattern on it. Someone claimed that you can also use an e-Torx on this as well, but again, just a regular 15 will get it done. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the other side. Go ahead and tilt your steering wheel all the way up so that you do not bang your head, and then back down in here there's this little plastic cover that honestly you can just use your hand and kind of course, it's not going to want to do it on camera, is it? But you can kind of just pry this up. In fact, if that doesn't work, we can get in here with this little tool thing, kind of pop that. There we go, came out. And then you're going to see that there is, let me zoom in, there is a little like nut thing right on there. So we're going to use this trim tool and pop it out. It's probably going to go flying, but unfortunately, I did not just get that on camera, but I stuck this thing in here, and of course, like I said, it went flying and it probably broke. So now it's somewhere underneath the seat, but oh well. The front is very easy, so we got the other one off. Time to slide the seat all the way forward, and then we're gonna position it with that as well. So we're gonna slide it. There we go. All right. So we've got these two pieces again. Same here with the front. So for this back one, try to angle this. So you're just going to take your screwdriver and just pop this thing out. Of course, easier said than done, right? There we go. Just flew on the ground somewhere. And then for this back one, honestly, again, you probably just use your hand. There we go. I'll just pop right out. We've got these two. This is the biggest pain in the ass, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so at this point, this is where you're gonna need the 7/16, and the extension will definitely come in handy right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this guy. Getting this one, I had to use both hands and brace my arms between the two seats to break this loose. But again, this one is actually pretty easy. So this guy popped out, really no problem. Just the biggest thing is getting the leverage to break it free. Now this, the other side took me about 5 to 10 minutes, whereas this probably took me 5 to 10 seconds. So yeah, this is where your extension is gonna come in handy, probably just a 3-inch. And getting this thing loose, oh my gosh. Yeah, again, this is another two-hander, catching a second. So I went ahead and got that last bolt out. It was actually much easier than the passenger side because you're pushing the ratchet away from you, whereas on the passenger side, for this bolt here next to the seatbelt, on the passenger side, you're putting the wrench towards the seatbelt holder. So that was probably the most difficult one. And as you can see as well, passenger side is the exact same. Like I mentioned, this bolt right here is the trickiest because the ratchet is going towards the seatbelt holder, but put some elbow grease into it and you'll get it. Something else I just realized is that these seats are connected at the bottom. Fortunately, my truck being a base model does not have electric seats, but I really do not want to mess with this seat belt thing and disconnect a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to try to position these seats in such a way that I can get this center console out. And as you can see, this center console seat literally bolts in with the two other seats. So there's nothing else to do. You might see my drill out. That didn't come in handy at all. Like I mentioned, all you need is the 15 and the 7/16. Actually, pause for 1 second before we go finagling things around. Look at all this crap I found. We're talking, I've had this truck since 2019, 2026 as of the time of recording. And despite the fact that I was a detailer by trade, I've actually never once vacuumed underneath here. So perfect opportunity for you to vacuum and clean up under your seats. Let's go do that real quick. Okay, obviously still have to vacuum a little bit more, so don't put the vacuum cleaner away yet, but got most of the under seat cleaned up. And I'm too lazy to disconnect the battery or unplug anything underneath the seats. So I've got them positioned kind of like this out of the way. And you can see the passenger seat I have out of that way too. And I'm just gonna try to grab it and just pull it out like that. So we'll see what happens. That was incredibly easy, and we didn't even have to take out the seats. And as you can see, I pulled this out from under the carpet. This is the connector for the 12-volt charging port in the under seat storage compartment. So again, General Motors just puts this stuff in there and then they just tuck it right under. So pretty convenient. I'm gonna vacuum a little bit more and we'll go ahead and pop the new seat in. Got everything vacuumed up. It was kind of bittersweet because I came across some dog hair from my old dog Buddy, who I actually have up there on the gauge cluster. But anyways, yeah, everything got cleaned up very nice. Looks like it just came out of the factory. And I just wanted to show you one other thing. As you can see, those rear seat bolts, it just goes straight into the truck itself. You're looking at the ground down there. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop this new jump seat in. Excited to see how it turns out. All right, new seat went in perfectly. As you can see, it is a perfect fit. Make sure when you put the new donor seat in that you go ahead and leave enough slack to connect the 12-volt as well. Otherwise, that was super easy. We're just gonna go ahead and tighten everything down. I would call that an easy win. Got everything all lined up. So again, this center console and the front seats, they just all go into the same front hole. And then just make sure everything's lined up. Might have to adjust the seat a little bit using this and slide it back and forth a little, just making sure that all of your holes are lined up and everything's all ready to be tightened down. Got it in, no problem. Here she is, finally in the truck. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here is the final result. As you can see, this one in particular I got off of eBay. I could hardly find any jump seats out there with the original cloth inserts. The OEM ones, most of them have it missing. Obviously, you have to figure after, you know, about a decade and a half, close to 2 decades now, these trucks have been out with this generation. And most of them are missing these cloth inserts, but I was able to find this jump seat that had the originals, as well as the cup holder insert as well. And then obviously we have the under seat storage. So again, this has the original cloth inserts in here, which is nice. And you see I've got this wire here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and make sure that the 12 volt is ready to work. Now that we have the seat installed, let's go ahead and put the lock back in. So taking a look at this again, you're gonna have these 2 tabs on either side. This is the position of the lock when it is unlocked, and then when you stick your key in to lock it, this metal piece right here will be sticking up to prevent the latch from opening. So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure that this is in the correct orientation with this metal piece facing towards the passenger side. We're going to go ahead and put the metal piece in, and then you'll see kind of this raised bump right here. And then let me see if I can focus it on camera. You see how there's kind of like that divot, like right here? So we're gonna go ahead and line that up. I was able to just finagle it in here just by lining everything up. Again, before we push it in all the way, let's just go ahead and make sure it's in the correct orientation. And we're kind of just gonna shove this thing on in here. I'm gonna make sure it's lined up correctly. It'll just click back into place. Simple as that. This is great. I love it. Good to finally have some storage in here. But yeah, came in great shape, and very happy how this all turned out. And then just to confirm, yes, the 12 volt does work. So again, absolutely a beautiful job here. Very happy with this center console jump seat. Make sure to like and subscribe.